Hello everybody, it's me again. I don't know if anybody of you watched my earlier presentation. This is something completely different. A lot of it has to do with photographs, because I like to take photographs myself, and about Drupal. So, are you ready to start? Excellent. Okay. Well, you may have seen this already. My name is Stefan. I live and work in the UK. I have a small company called iCompute. I do web marketing and consultancy services. I run a co-working space for digitally creatives, as I call them, to come and work together. And I run the local Drupal Somerset user group. And that's it. Okay. Right. Before we start, let's just do a little bit of a language session here. Okay, the word Drupal itself is like a Dutch, Belgian word, or that's where it comes from. Okay, and the original, this is where it comes from. And does anybody know how to pronounce this? Are there any Dutch people in the house? Yeah? Drupal. Drupal. Yeah. That's right. Right, everybody repeat. No, you don't have to. I've put this slide up because a lot of people that I've met, or a lot of people that I've met, they either say, oh, it's Drupal or Drupal. How do you pronounce it? Drupal, yeah? Okay. Right, this is actually obviously the Dutch word at the top. And if you kind of spell that out, it's Drupal. And that's where it comes from. I think it's quite clever. But the word, the top, Drupal, that means drop. And that's where the logo comes from. Very good. Okay. Let's get going. Right. Just a little bit about about this slide. This was taken close to where I live. I had a cow come up to me and wanted to chat. Basically, I bought my first digital camera in 2005. And since then, a couple of years after that, I started going to Drupal events, and I've taken over 10,000 photographs. And I thought, okay, well, this is great. There are many photo sharing sites out there where you can just really easily upload your photographs. And I thought, well, since I like Drupal, let's see if I can build something with Drupal without coding that can actually that I can use to upload my photographs taken with my camera or the camera in my smartphone, and especially the smartphone, and I'll show you that in a minute why. Okay, so what is it you need to build a Drupal site? Do we have any site builders in the house here, in the room? Yeah? Excellent. So you all know what you need. Are there any people completely new to Drupal here? Excellent, fantastic. Okay, right, you need a web server to run it on. You need the Drupal core software, concept modules, and a theme. That's, in a nutshell, what you need. Okay? So there we are. Okay. I need my site live tomorrow, but I can't code. Can you help? Okay, so if you're in a hurry, Drupal does offer distributions, so you can basically get a Drupal install with a lot of functionality actually out of the box. There are many distributions out there already, and the list keeps on growing, which is brilliant. Right. Okay, so what I've done, this during the presentation I will use my my personal website as an example. What I've done, all of what you're going to see in a minute is all done without writing any line of code. I'm sure there are many other use cases that you can use to build a site, but I'm just using my own one as an example. So what I've done, it's obviously Drupal in the background. I've found a theme that I liked. I've tweaked the colors a little bit. I've added a little logo, which I thought was quite, well, I made it up and I thought it was quite good. And yeah, I built it. It's mobile friendly, so you can browse through the menu on the smartphone. Okay, photos. Right, this is an example of a page, the photos page. and you can see obviously all these markers and photographs underneath. For people who are reasonably new to Drupal, this may, if I say leaflet map and views attachment, that may be a bit awkward. But if I just go over here, if you look at this page is made up out of different parts. Okay, so you have the map, which in my case I've used leaflet map, and then here that's a view attachment. Okay, and then the exposed taxonomy filter is what I don't know if you can see it right at the top. You can filter down in the taxonomy vocabulary. And the markers itself represent the photographs and the location where those photographs were taken. So these photos here, this one is obviously this is taken in London, and obviously that's a map of London with a couple of markers. So it plots it on the map. And I'll explain how that has actually managed to get there in a minute. Okay. Right, what can you see in this image? It's a photo. I can see a Drupal icon. A photo of our dog, and running up a hill. But there's more. What I wanted to do is find out or extract the geolocation from an image. Is everybody aware that if you have a smartphone that you have built-in GPS, and whenever you take a photograph, it stores the latitude, longitude, plus lots of other information. And I will show you, hopefully try and show you that in a minute. What I wanted to do though is obviously with these photographs, get the information out and use that within my Drupal site and make it as easy as possible for me to use, so that I could just take a photo, upload it to the site, ideally multiple at once, and I will go through that in a minute, and save it, and that's it. Okay, in this particular photo you can see this is an overlay of the information that is stored in the photo, so you can see the image direction, latitude, longitude, and especially latitude and longitude I was really interested in, because that can pinpoint the photos on the map. Okay. Right, if you look at the same photograph on a computer, this is used using a Mac. You can get all sorts of information. This is quite useful of the general information about the color model and everything. The Exif information, that's quite interesting. You can see auto exposure, the date and time, the ISO ratings, lots of information, and this is something that I was really interested in. Again, the latitude and longitude. You can even see the altitude. It's not that high actually, that one. And it points where it is. I mean, this is all on the computer, all for you to see when you look at a digital image. Does that all make sense? Yeah, any questions so far? Please ask. If you have anything that you don't understand or anything, questions, please do feel free to ask. Okay, so the information that was shown in the previous slide with the screenshots, that's the information that you can just pull up manually, and that's nice. But what I wanted to do is look at it from the command line. So this is a tool called Exif tool. It's a cross-platform open source tool, and it's extremely powerful. And for people who are into photography, they might appreciate this. And this is just an example. I'm just listing. This is on my laptop. I'm just listing a list of a couple of images. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting the Exif tool, and I just want to see all the information from that image. Okay, and this is very similar to the previous slide with all the screenshots, but this is done via the command line. Okay, so you can see again what I'm interested in: latitude, longitude. You can see the image size, shutter speed, everything. Okay, and this is all done on, this by the way is information that is stored in every digital image. Okay, you can see the make and model of the phone, and obviously the time and date. Right, so if you go down again, does this still all make sense to everybody? Yeah? Okay. Right. Okay. So that's done on the laptop. And just transposing that to the Drupal world, there is a module called Exif. And Exif basically does the same as what I just showed you in the command line, but then on your Drupal site. Okay, what I've done here is I've created, this is on screenshots of the photo content type. So what I've done, within the site, I've created a content type called photo, and I've created several different fields, quite a lot actually, and you can see the top one is geo, and then all the other ones where it says metadata from image are all from the Exif module. So what that does, it extracts these specific items from the metadata from the image. Okay, is that okay? And here you can see all the fields, and the list goes on. I mean, you can add as many fields as you like. Okay, so that's one thing. So the Exif module extracts all the Exif information from the image, and then what I wanted to do, I also wanted to have a geolocation. So I'm using Geocoder for that. And just zooming in on the photo content type again, I have a photo field and a geo field. And the geo field itself geocodes from another field. And this is an example of how that works. So I'm telling the geo field module to geocode from the field photo, and using the Exif module. Okay, is this all clear? Yeah? Please ask any questions if you have any, or if I'm going too fast. Right. Another thing I mentioned earlier is that I'd like to have the opportunity to upload multiple photographs in one go, and for that, in my case, I use the bulk media upload module, which is quite a handy one. And let's see. Yeah, so this is an example of the bulk media, the bulk image upload module. So what you do, you can set it up in different ways, but what I'm doing here, I'm just dragging in a couple of images, and I can type a description that can go with these images. And I'm doing it right now without hands. Look, Mum, no hands. Okay, this is Taxonomy Vocabulary. It's very rudimentary. It works. You can just tick the tags, and here I'm clicking Generate Nodes. So what the bulk media module does is, okay, it uploads the images because all I've done is drag them in. And if you go up a bit, so now you can see the progress. So, and it does it all automatically. All I've done is basically dragged the images in, I've added a short description, I've tagged them, and now they are being uploaded. Okay, fast forwarding a little bit. So what the module does now, it generates the nodes. I'm only using 4 at the moment, and here we are. So now what's happened is the photographs, the 4 photographs have been uploaded. And in the background, here you can see them. This is another view I've made. So I can quickly check if they are actually there with a title. And you can see the description is all the same because I've added one description to display with every image. And if I then go back to the home page, these are all the images that I've just uploaded, and they are now in the slideshow automatically. Well, I say automatically, that's because I've set it up previously, but all I've done is basically drag them in, added some text, tagged them, uploaded them, and that's it. So there's nothing coding related that was involved in that. I think that's it. Okay, so the geocoding, oh no, we're not doing coding, are we? No, it's geocoding, or the geo bit of it. It's another short clip. Again, no hands. So what this is a map, and here you can see the photographs that we've just uploaded, and they are plotted on the map. And just going back to the photo content type with the geocoding bit, this is, and the Exif, this is where it all happens, or this is how it's displayed. So what's happened, I've uploaded the images, the Exif module has taken out all the location information, well, plus all the metadata, and I'm using this, I've created a view that displays, takes the geo information and plots them on the map. And there you can see all the tags. So now what I'm doing is filtering by, obviously this was Drupal Camp London, so it now filters the photographs and at the bottom, and also the markers on the map. This does look a bit clunky though, and I'm moving it around to center it. There are other ways of doing it, easier ways, but this is just to show you how you can zoom in, and that you can click on, you should be clicking on the marker, here we go. Okay. And this is, by the way, what you just saw with the pop-up. That's the information that you can set in the leaflet using the leaflet module. And then at the bottom, this is another module that I found called JQFX, which looks quite nice, I think. You can browse through the images. Right, just going into this view then, is everybody familiar with views? Everybody happy with views, yeah? Yes, no? Yeah, okay. Okay, this is just an example well, this is actually going into the view. So here, I'm using the leaflet via IP geolocation module and the attachment. So this is where I've created the attachment. It's fairly straightforward. Just click your way through it. Add the fields that you would like to see, and then I've formatted it in the JQFX module, using the JQFX module, and then there you can attach it to the leaflet map. So that's all you do. You can choose the display or how many items you would like to display. Okay, so if we go up, there we are. Okay, is that all right with everybody? Yeah? Okay, this is a photo I took, was it 2012? I believe this is are there any people from Ljubljana here? Yeah? What's this called? Horse burger? Yeah. I had to take a photo of it because I've never ever seen such a big burger. It's massive. Well, you can see the Drupal icon next to it, or the little ball. It's really this big. Okay, and I thought I'd put this in my slides just to give you an example. So this is an example of a photograph that I've taken with my phone. I've uploaded it to my site, and that's all I've done. And then you have several pieces of information here. Obviously, this is the image, which shows you the image, obviously. And I've made a tab called Meta and a tab called Geo. And obviously, there is the map that is displayed as well. And this is a particular view of a node, of a piece of content. If we then just go into the metadata bit, here we are. So the metadata tab, as I showed you previously with the Exif tool running on the laptop, I mean, this is the Exif module at work, so it's extracted all the information, and I've chosen a subset of all the information that's available, and displayed it on the map. So if people look at a photograph, they can go to the metadata and find out all of this information. You can see the make and model, the aperture, F number, and the flash, all that information. Okay, and the Geo Information is just another tab, also pulled out by the Exif module. It shows you the altitude, latitude, longitude, and I've just displayed the latitude and longitude reference as well. Okay. Here we are. If you're into anything similar to what I've built, it's worth looking at the locations. Anything to do with location, there's many location-based modules around on Drupal.org. Do have a look if you're into mapping. In this scenario, I've used Leaflet. There are many other. There are several other mapping engines. One of them is OpenLayers. There are, if you have the geofield module, it comes with a geofield map, which kind of works out the box. It's simple and it's really good for testing things, and it may suit your needs. The bulk media upload module is on Drupal.org, project bulk media upload. And at the bottom, there are a couple of things that I haven't spoken about. One of them is Joopad. Has anybody heard of this by any chance? No? This is quite a nifty little thing. I'm not sure if it's available for Android. It is for the iPhones. So what you do, it consists of an app and a module. And the reason I'm showing you this is that, and this is not just for photographs, but this little thing, or this module, allows you to manage your Drupal site from your smartphone. I have to say, my site is Drupal 7, and I know that in Drupal 8 there is a massive improvement in the interface. So this may become obsolete because when Drupal 8 comes along and your site runs at Drupal 8, it's much easier to manage it from a mobile device. But for now, just as an example, this is the Joopad interface. So I've just put some screenshots there, so how it works. You can have multiple sites on the top right. So I'm just choosing the top right image, my site, and it loads up. It shows you the content of your site, the comments. You can create content. You can do all sorts of things. Just this one here. You can see log entries, available updates. Status report, you can even run cron, put in maintenance mode, and flush the cache. And I've noticed, I don't know about you, but I've noticed one before that can come in quite handy if you're out and about. A client emails you, phones you up, and you can really quickly just do some quick tweaks to the site. I mean, this is probably best used for smaller sites, not very high traffic sites, but it works. It's a nice little way to manage your site. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just creating as an example, a blog entry. So what it does, it downloads the form, and then on here, so you can just add a title, summary. It's very basic, but it works. And well, that's it already. Crikey. Okay. Do you have any questions? Answers?
Explain what was the last module that was on the slide. One was Joopad, and the other one was...
Yes, good one, thank you. Let's go back. Here we are, this one. Yeah, Drupal Gap. If you look it up, I've put it there because it's similar to Joopad in terms of functionality. If I'm correct, that's HTML5. The difference is that I think Drupal Gap is more flexible, but you need quite a bit of not quite a bit, you need some experience to get it going. But basically you can use that to do very similar things to what the Joopad module does. I had a look at it. I couldn't quite get it to work, but that's a little while ago now. And for this, for my little website, I use Joopad because it works out of the box. But yeah, have a look at it. There's quite a lot happening on the Drupal Gap as well. Okay, let's go back. Okay.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
I would like to have functionality like if we have, I don't know, knowledge-based article or blog,
Yes.
blog post.
Yeah.
So when you're writing a blog and if you connect with the phone to the site,
Yes.
I would
Yeah.
like to have an option to just to take a picture
Yeah.
and I write some text and then I say I would like to add the picture right here on this blog post. And
Yes.
I just take a photo and the picture is there. Is there anything that is already made or how
Yeah. Well,
do
that's
that?
that's.
Or that was already.
No, this is. I don't know if I've shown. Yeah, it's not in here. But if you look at this, is my photo content type,
Yeah.
and the photo content type is a form, and you can type a title, and you can write a description about the photograph, and you can upload it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, this is you chose. Then it will link you to the gallery, and you will choose the photo.
No, this runs on your mobile phone.
Yeah.
So when you're out and about, you can take a photo and add it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I would just like to have a function to be as quickly as possible to give a photo to the post. So you are writing some text, and I would like to add a photo there, and just click take photo.
Yeah, but that's possible. You can do that, and that's why I chose to use Joopad, because if I'm out and about, I can take a photograph and use this to post it on my site with some text to go with it. The only caveat I found, it's a little bit annoying, because what I wanted to use this for is obviously take photograph and upload it with this, and then the website extracts all the information I need. But for some strange reason, when I use this, it works. I can type, I can add the photo, take a photograph, add it, upload it, all works, and it saves it and it publishes on the site. But for some reason, when I do that, when I use this app, it strips out all the Exif information, so I can't get it out. It's a bit annoying. Does that make sense? I mean, you can use for what you're saying or asking. That works.
Okay.
Yeah, but for what I wanted, it works for me. The only thing is, it doesn't get the information out. It somehow, in the process, loses it. Could be. But then again, if I take the photographs, if I copy them to my computer, it's all there. Yeah, but somehow it's.
If you post it to Pinterest or wherever,
Yeah.
you don't want this data to be shown. I think it could be a problem with privacy. This is why when the device, I'm just speculating, but when a device feels that you're uploading it on the internet,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Make it similar with Facebook, same. I think when you upload photo,
Yeah.
it strips all the exit data.
Yeah, I think you have to set that if you want that to happen or not. But I think with this app, it does it automatically, and I don't know how to turn it off, because I would like to have that information, because that's what I need to put it on the map. But yeah, it's a really good point. I'll look into that, actually. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah. When or why? Why I choose Leaflet? Or, sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, why did
Why? Well, I started off using OpenLayers, and OpenLayers is great. It really is. It's very flexible, but I found that I spent quite a lot of time figuring out how flexible it was, and that's when I started to look for something else, and I found Leaflet. And Leaflet is probably less flexible, but it's very quick and easy to set up, and it looks very nice, and it's a lightweight JavaScript library, and it works. But there's nothing against OpenLayers. OpenLayers is great, but yeah, you can also use the just the normal the Google map that you show, but with Leaflet you can have different tiles from different providers, and you can make all sorts of nice looking maps. Is that all right? Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah.
You used photos in nodes. Can you also do it with photos in fields?
Photos in nodes or photos in fields?
Photos as fields.
My content type is I've called my content type photo, but the photo itself is a field. Is that what you mean?
No, it's a node. Your photo.
Yeah.
But when you want to use more photos in one node from one content type,
Yeah.
can you do it also?
Yes. Yeah, that's no problem. You can in your photo. In my case, in the photo content type, with the photo field, you can say, okay, only allow one photo, or allow unlimited photographs. And with the bulk media upload module, what you can do is either say, whenever you add multiple photographs into one node, display it as either one node, but that's not what I wanted, because I wanted to have a bulk media upload and every photo to become its own separate node. And you can set that as very straightforward, just a couple of clicks, and then it creates all these individual nodes. But you can just, depending on your use case, you can just have it in one node, and then once it's in there, you can obviously do all sorts of things with your individual photographs. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? Any questions? No? Okay. Well, I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions afterwards, or shoot me a message, get in touch, or just come up, and I'm happy to help. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.